Hey everyone, your designers are here.
I'm Anita with Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We have tips and tricks and decorating advice for you, so let's get started.
This is episode 97, Game-Changing Decor under $20.
Wow.
And I know, I'm pretty excited. This seems to be such a popular topic because a lot of people are on a budget. So we really are focused and honed in on really cost savings things that are going to add wow to your home. Yeah, so I think we all are bargain hunters and we all love a good deal. So
bargain hunters extraordinaire.
That's right. So Kelly,
we really are.
you start us off. What's one of your favorite things for under $20?
Okay, I just found these little hand towels. So they're at the forefront of my mind. I'm going to order them. They're at CB2, Crate and Barrel 2, and they look like the Turkish towels, but they're a smaller version. Mm-hmm. And they're not really the Turkish towels because I believe that they have some terry cloth, so they have a little bit more heft and weight to them, but they're absolutely lovely with the fringe and the stripes, and they come in a cement and then another really pretty color with maybe a little pink or red stripe. And
sounds like a nice combination though, because I love the Turkish towels, but they aren't really that absorbent, but I love the stripes and the fringe. So that's what you're getting with these. So what a great idea.
Oh, they're so pretty. Idea. Yeah, they're called the Carla cement hand towels and they're $6.95.
Oh, you could get 3 of those.
Yes, you could definitely get 3 of those. So I would take a look at those if you like those little towels. And you know what would be cute? Certainly in your own bathroom or powder room or something, but a great little hostess gift too. Put that with a candle or something like that.
Oh, that's a great idea. Great. How about you, Yvonne? What do you?
Well, I think that if you have $20 to spend and you want to make a big impact on your decor, buy fabric. Just buy and find it on sale. I love to find fabric on sale, especially like decorator fabric. And if I can buy a swath of it, you can make a beautiful pillow out of it. You can cover the seat of a chair. There's so many things that you can do with a piece of fabric. You could make a table runner. So, you can get nice fabric too if you find an outlet, and it would look really nice.
Yeah, I did that. I bought a yard of Schumacher fabric that was okay. So it wasn't $20, but you could find $20 fabric. You could. But I just bought a little bit of it to cover a pillow, and it's really wow. But it's not $20, so I can't include it. But I love the idea.
That's a great idea. In fact, I was at Calico Corners, and they had all of these remnants, and guess what? They were $5 a yard. Oh, you could get 4 yards for $20 if you can find something you like in the remnant areas.
Yeah, you could cover 4 dining room chairs with seats. That would make a big difference.
Usually,
in your decor.
Just a warning: there's usually not 4 yards of the same fabric, so you might get 1 yard of this. Typically they're 1.5 yard remnants there, but
well, then look at all the pillows you could make.
Yeah, or a table runner, or a pillow, or even what we do sometimes where we wrap it around the base of a plant to cover up the pot. There's so many things you can use that fabric for.
That's a good tip. I just took some an old burlap runner that I had, and it got something on it, so I wasn't going to use it as a flat runner. And I put it around. The plant is in a basket, but then I put it around to fill in that empty space because the container wasn't as big as the basket. So there was the dirt and then the empty space. So I squished it in there. Just a little off the grid tip there. If anybody's got a runner that they don't have use for or some fabric, you can use it for that.
That's a good idea. And another thing, just even think of burlap fabric. We all love burlap, now, and burlap especially because it brings so much texture and you can do so much with it. You could use it to back a picture and put that in a frame, or like I said, a pillow. There's so many things that you can do. So go out and buy yourself a swath of fabric for $20.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Well, of course, one of my things had to be one of those ironstone pitchers. Only the real ironstone pitchers can be pricey. So what I'm suggesting is one that's brand new, but it's made to look like the old-fashioned ironstone pitchers that are quite old. But even the new ones have such that beautiful ironstone shape, and I'll have a link in the show notes so you'll see what I'm talking about. When you see it, you'll say, oh yeah, that's the one that I see, 1,000 times on every blog. But they're so pretty. I love having them. You can easily get one. I found a pretty nice sized one for less than $20 on Amazon. I'll give you the link. But they're beautiful, empty. I love using them for cut flowers from my yard. So I love having pitchers for cut flowers, but the beautiful thing about the pitchers is even if you don't have flowers or greenery in them, they just look great at sitting around empty in the house. But you can also put your makeup brushes in the smaller ones, or paint brushes, or, just other things, pencils. I mean, there's so many things that you can put in them. There's such great things to use for organizing, and what a pretty way to do it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I've always score really great white pitchers, nice size ones at my local Home Goods, like $7.99.
Oh, you just took the words out of my mouth.
Well, you too? Depends. Because sometimes all Home Goods are not created equal. Some have better this or better that. So yours have the pitchers as well? Because it's like you guaranteed you can find one there.
Well, that's true. I mean, you can get white pitchers there too. And I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I was trying to link to specific items I know you could find, but you're right. I have so many pitchers I got from Home Goods, and some of them are quite large, all for under $20.
Yeah, and when you mix them in with the real stuff, or not even, they look terrific. It doesn't, one can be, you could splurge on one because it's the real deal and it's got age and patina and crazing and crackling and all that good stuff, and then mix it in with some of these $7.99 or $5.99 ones, and it looks fantastic.
That high-low mix, nobody knows.
Yeah.
And while we're at Home Goods, even look for things like a stack
Yvonne's
of
not leaving Home Goods.
No,
she's just going to stay there.
Let's go to Home Goods.
Listen, I used to drive an hour and a half to go to Home Goods before one opened.
That's dedication.
It is, because I just couldn't get over all the beautiful decor things all in one place for very reasonable money. The other thing is, if we're going to be in Home Goods, look for pillows.
Yes. Well, we knew that was going to come up, didn't we?
I know. And a lot of them have, feather inserts. So I'm really partial to those. So look for a pillow, or if you're looking online, buy a pillow insert. Sometimes you can find them for around $20.
Yeah.
And they really do change. They're like jewelry to a room.
Yeah, I have some specific pillows that I will talk about in a little bit. Let me just jump back into the pictures. I have something that I've done on my kitchen counter, which really has worked out nicely. I had a tray. I think at one point it was red and had like birds painted on it or something. Mm-hmm. I sprayed it a sort of antique gold look with spray paint. And then I corralled in there all different white pitchers in different sizes, but they're really tightly placed in there. So they kind of overlap each other, but it's so functional. I keep my olive oil in one of the bigger ones. I have matches in one of the smaller ones. I have if I find like the back of an earring or something like that, everybody knows that one little pitcher has like the weird little things you find in the house. So and batteries is in another one. So it's such a great storage place, and you can't see inside of them. I have to be careful. I always try to buy the same olive oil because of the height of the bottle. It doesn't come out over the pitcher.
Inside that.
Yeah, I was wondering how she was doing that.
I was saying, does that pitcher have a lid on it?
No, I just slide the bottle inside of it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that, and when you think about it, those, I did not go with the old ones because I didn't want to be chipping them or something. Mm-hmm. So those are all really inexpensive ones, probably ranged from Home Goods, maybe $3.99 up to maybe $9.99. And I guess there's about six of them. There's 3 in the back, and they're all different sizes. And, you just kind of have to play around with them to see how they'll fit on your tray together. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together, because some of them are a little more bulbous, or some of them are taller. But I really like the way that looks. It makes a statement on the counter, Kelly. And it's really functional.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you know how I love a silver tray?
Yes.
Because everyone deserves a silver tray. So, they are not always expensive depending on where you find them. But I found one on Amazon that, again, I'm going to link to. I don't even think it's real silver, but it looks like one of those tea service trays in silver.
Oh,
so
pretty.
it looks like, and it had good reviews, so that's why I linked to it. But I thought that would be so pretty to set on your, what about putting that in your bathroom, your guest bathroom, and put some hand towels on it and maybe a candle, like you were saying, a lotion in a pretty container.
Oh, that sounds so pretty.
You can use it again, how we love corralling things on trays, but I think the silver trays are so pretty to have, and you don't need to polish it very often. I kind of let it go a little tarnishy, but this one, I don't even think it's real silver, so I don't think it's going to tarnish on you, but it had a real pretty shape.
Anita, you know what else you could do with that silver tray?
What?
You could put it by your coffee or tea station.
Oh, great idea.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, and it's just going to makes everything feel more special. I mean, you don't have to use a tray for all these things, but when you do put it on a pretty tray, it just elevates it. It makes it feel special, and people that live in your home and guests that come, they just feel special. That's why I like doing all these things.
I call those grace notes, Anita.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of things when people come over, they notice them, they appreciate them, and it feels like a kind of a hug.
Love that idea.
It's like, oh, she cared enough to put this on a nice tray for me.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Exactly. It took the extra moments. Here's something that can really make a big impact for definitely under $20 because you can even get it from your own yard. How about a bundle of big branches in a vase that you already have, or in the biggest white pitcher you have? But I'm talking dramatic.
So we're talking about like branches with leaves on them, or
I'm talking more branches? Like the willowy bare branches, like not at this time of year wouldn't be the ones you're trying to force and bud. They would just be branches, and just picture my sort of dream entryway, a big entryway where you could have a round table or something like that. And if you had just a big vase with these branches coming out, it's giving so much height and a little bit of drama. Now, if you don't have that, which I don't, and most people don't, but you could put that on the floor next to a piece of furniture, maybe in your entryway or something like that.
Or on your island.
Or on your island, or on your dining room table. Or maybe it isn't that massive. It's these branches on a smaller scale, but it's still, and this time of year when it's the naked branches, if you will, it kind of lends a little bit of the fall to it. And I think it's absolutely a beautiful look. You don't always have to have flowers.
Kelly, what about taking those branches and spray painting them?
Oh my!
So one of our favorite, that's one of our favorite things. Paint, spray paint,
or even like you love those glitter logs. You could do sort of a texture to them.
Oh,
a little
glitter
bit of
branches! I like that.
Oh, now, yes, I hear it.
But now, wait a minute. Is there a
good.
glitter spray paint, or do you have to still physically sprinkle the glitter on them?
There should be a glitter spray paint.
Sure. There should. Hello, we just invented it.
I don't know.
Let's get on that. Right after
the podcast. Well, let's keep on paint. I think everybody should get a little jar of their favorite color chalk paint and paint something. Paint a chair, paint a mirror, paint a tray.
The branches would be pretty in the chalky paint.
But you would want to spray paint. I'd want to spray.
Oh yeah, but they have that chalky spray paint. I love it.
Yeah. So I think doing something like that would be so pretty. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I'm still a little stunned about the glitter branches.
She's still back on.
Do I need to wait till Christmas? Can I do it now?
They sound so good.
Okay, here's an idea of something else you might have hanging around, and something else you can get for way under $20. How about gathering up your taper candle holders? Now, probably everybody has more than they even think they do. Or you can get some at a yard sale or a thrift store. They're really, truly like a dime a dozen. But if you cluster them, even if they're not the same, they're brass or wood, or if you have crystal from your wedding or something like that, if you cluster them together, they all work really nicely. And then get yourself a box of tapers. Now, I get mine at Trader Joe's. They're dripless. They're wonderful. They either come in the white or the cream. For whatever reason, sometimes they refer to them as a seasonal item. I think candles are completely seasonless, but when I see them at my Trader Joe's, I stock up. So I have literally a shopping bag full of them in my basement.
So why do you get them at Trader Joe's? Is there something special about their candles?
They're so cheap and they're so good. They're so cheap and they're so good. So here you are, you're gathering up all your tapers. Now you've got maybe tapers of different heights and different materials and whatnot, and put them on your dining room table. I like to put something in between them right now. This is what my dining room table has on it. An orchid, a 3-flowered orchid from Trader Joe's sitting on a stack of old white platters. And then on either side, I love that. Yeah, I have 4, which normally we're saying 3s, but I just couldn't resist putting the other ones out. So I have 4 different tapers on either side. So, one wood one on each side, 1 gold one, and 2 crystal ones so I take the tapers and I'll pay attention because I'm going to burn them to different heights.
Oh, gotcha.
And it just looks so pretty. So even if you didn't want to do a big thing like that on your table, or you thought that's too much to take on and off, even if you did a little cluster of 3 tapers, different materials, different heights, and then burn the candles down to sort of a different height as well, it just has this really lovely warm look, and it creates almost an instantaneous little vignette. I mean, a very simple one, but those taper candles are a great deal.
But when you're putting them in candlesticks, right?
Yeah, so that's when I've gathered up all my taper candlesticks, and that's like the wood or the metal or the crystal, and then I'm putting them in there. Yeah, but I want different heights of the candles, and I want because my sticks are different, the holders are different heights, and all of that. So you're creating, sort of a little cluster that has some interest.
Mm-hmm. Great. And how much are the candles there?
I'm going to say should be how many there are in thing. I think they come looped together. So I know there's an even number. I think there's going to be either 8 or 10, and I believe they're $6.99.
Oh my.
That's a good deal.
Yes, yeah. That is a
and
good
they're
deal.
really good. Unless you have a gust of wind, of course, it's going to make it drip a little bit. But if you're just sort of still and normal in your house, they don't drip.
Well, if you have a Pottery Barn outlet near you, you can do the same thing. They're a little more expensive, but they don't drip. But they're beautiful, beautiful tapers. The other thing that I love to do is to buy old books, like at a library sale or at a thrift shop or even a garage sale, and then cover them. Take that burlap that you bought for $20 and cover your books, and use your books as part of your decor.
I love that.
I love to use them as nothing is prettier to me than books used as a riser.
Yes. And I don't even cover them. I mean, I think I might try your idea because I like that, but I don't even cover them. I will look for certain spines. These are very old books that, I'm not going to read. So I'm really looking for the spine and the color of the cover and all of that. And so I try to find 3 that really look nice together in the same sort of color tones or something like that. And so they're pretty on their own. They can be used as stacking. You can tie them in a little bundle with maybe some twine, or tuck them into little vignettes. When I had my Etsy store, that was one of our consistent biggest sellers, were these little stacks of books. And we have a great used bookshop, or part of our library here where people donate, and everything's like 50 cents or $1. And we'd spend the time to find the books that look nice together and stack them up and take some photos, and they always just flew, literally, excuse the pun, but flew off the shelves.
Yeah, they make such a difference in how your decor looks. Now, I know you like the old book look, and see, I like the more uniform, either I'll paint them white or do burlap.
Right.
But they are, a lot of times you could just get them for free, for heaven's sakes, but they're just such, to have 15, 20 of them. And they're so wonderful to use as decor. Stack a few together, use them as a riser, put them when you just need something in that space, and it fills it in so nicely.
I think that is such a good idea. I had that on my list too.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants.
I have another one. How about, and this is so like a no-brainer, how about a beautiful plant or some flowers? And, nothing changes a room like a bunch of beautiful flowers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, that ties into my third one. I found a specific faux lavender plants on Amazon, and they were rated well. So, but it's a set of 2 for less than $20 in really cute pots. So
that's a good deal.
I love real lavender in plants. I love the real plants. I love the dried, but you know what? Sometimes it's just not in the budget. So,
or sometimes you want to have a little something organic in a spot where a plant's just not going to be happy. So then you can maybe go faux.
There you go.
Like a bathroom
without
or just
a window,
dark
powder
corner.
room. That's right.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think there's just something about having that little bit of outdoors, that piece of organic in our house. It does make your soul feel better.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Absolutely.
And here's another one that we all like, drum shades. Right? So change a shade.
Love. Yes.
Can you get a drum shade for less than $20?
At Target?
Squeak it in at $19.99.
Yeah.
How about textured flax linen, 12-inch?
Nice.
On a harp. The spider kind on a harp.
Give that to me after we record, because that sounds gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm going to put it in the show notes. So that's for the 12-inch, and I did read the reviews on it, and they say that it's a little grayer than if you do go and check this one out, the color may be a little off. So read the reviews, but the people seem to really love it. They just said the color is a little different than online. And, sometimes that happens, but it's on Amazon.
You could get a vintage lamp, cute lamp at the thrift store, at the consignment store, probably pretty cheaply, maybe not quite under $20, but maybe depending on the lamp.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe paint it, spruce it up, but it's amazing what that new drum lampshade will do to a vintage lamp to really bring it into the now.
Oh yeah. No,
yes.
it looks
Or even
really,
if you just
really
have
nice.
a lamp in your house that's looking a little dated, you could, do it for don't get a new lamp base. Just use what you have and maybe paint that, or if, just try the drum shade without it. That's such a good idea. I have one more. And this again is a little DIY-ish.
Yeah.
What about buying some inexpensive trim?
Yes. I think that's fantastic.
Yes, like to maybe run down. We love our burlap webbing.
Yes, we do. We love it.
Love our burlap webbing. And I have a really good source for it. Like even if you would just take that burlap webbing that maybe has the blue stripe or the red stripe or the black stripe down it and run it down the edges of your curtains.
Oh, yeah. Or pom-poms.
Just adding trim to something you already have kicks it up to the next level. So
it really
you'd have to check the prices, but a lot of fabric stores do have sales. So you can always wait for a sale, and then that's when you go get your trim.
Hey, that's what we do. We wait for the sales.
Oh, yeah. Get those Joann's coupons. Yeah.
Oh, they're wonderful, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And the ladies at the cashier are always like, yeah. Let me see your phone.
Really
and then and then I can get you another 20% off. You're like, oh my God, that's fantastic. Okay, hang on to your hats. I know you like the drum shade.
Yes.
But, the Mongolian pillows that we covet?
Yes.
Okay. So
okay,
now there's real Mongolian.
I've got to gather myself here. I need to prepare myself.
Hold on to something tight.
Okay.
And now there's real Mongolian from Mongolia, harvested from Mongolian sheeps and all of that. But there's faux Mongolian that looks pretty good too. I think really good for $17.95.
What? Where?
Amazonia.
Where else? Where you can buy anything in the world.
We can buy anything in the world. Okay, cover only. And
just get your Prime membership now.
Just get it now.
Oh, I've had it for years.
Before you go to the
now
show
with
notes.
Whole Foods. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get.
Yes.
I just can't even get going on
Amazon is not sponsoring this podcast.
No,
yeah, natural love.
So should Trader Joe's.
Yeah, exactly, and Home Goods.
So just full disclosure, it's a cover, so you have to have your own insert, but you could, you can get a good one at IKEA or someplace, and then the back is a poly cotton blend. So it's not faux on either side.
You just need it on one side.
And
a lot of times those expensive pillows just have one good side anyway. So.
One good side. Yeah, everybody's got one good side. One better than the other side. Okay, and one more that goes right along with it because it's just unbelievable. Okay, it's not really the Mongolian, the long, luscious Mongolian, but it is fuzzy and it looks really sweet and it could be great pretty much anywhere, but it's more of a casual room or maybe even like a kid's room, or I'm thinking maybe getting a couple for the barn because I know I made this so teenagers would come over, so they probably will, and I don't want to ruin my good pillows. $2.48 for a cheap thrill. That's what I'm calling it. Fuzzy real faux Mongolian pillow.
What?
So are these two different ones? I'm a little confused.
Two different ones. So the faux Mongolian for $17.95 really looks good online, and the reviews are great.
Okay.
But then there's this one that I am calling the cheap thrill, and that
I love that.
$2.
The cheap thrill, that's for the teenagers, the dogs.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe the porch, maybe by like Yvonne's fire pit, something like that. But they have an array of colors, and some of the colors, unless you really love turquoise, like that maybe looks a little less expensive than the muted gray or the cream. But heck, for $2.48, that's a pillow cover for a season.
Exactly. A romance for the season.
Exactly. A holiday romance.
I
have more. Do you want more, or do you want somebody else want to jump in? I have two more.
Well, I'll just say I think you should get a throw.
Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. I think you should.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
Go
I
ahead.
found one for less
go
than
ahead.
$20 on Amazon, of course. So I'll have that linked.
Oh,
too.
you did? Okay. And then
Yeah.
I found 2. So how about a runner? It's not as expensive as a tablecloth, and it does do something for your dining table or your kitchen table, and it helps to corral what you've got going on there as decor. So there's a jute table runner for $6.95. It's 12 inches wide by 108 inches
I think
long.
we're having a hard time limiting ourselves
I
to
know.
just what we
My
can say in
goodness
30 minutes.
gracious.
And Anita might like this one in particular because it's French.
Yes, I'm leaning
look,
in.
It's French inspired, let's just say. I'm sure it's not, woven by young French maidens somewhere in the south of France because it is $13.99. French stripe, that they show the red, that stripe. It's kind of the bistro look.
Yes,
So
French stripe
charming.
what?
Table runner, another table
Oh,
runner.
lovely.
100% cotton. How can you go wrong?
Oh, I like
and
that.
they have a lot of lovely colors
Mm.
and shades. And that is 14 inches wide by 108 inches long. Pretty
Fantastic.
good
So
stuff.
you can do
goodness.
gorgeous decor on a budget.
Oh, yes. You just have to be discerning and have Amazon Prime and listen to us, really, is what you need to do. Stick with us, girls and boys. We got it all worked out for you.
Oh, that's so many good ideas today.
Yeah. And we'll put everything in the
Mhm.
show notes. So if you're interested, you can pop over and get a cheap thrill pillow. Or,
Well, let's put it this way. You're not going to change the world with maybe these ideas, but you may change a little piece of your room.
yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
well
And that's always
spoken.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks so much for joining us today. We had a wonderful time, and you can see our voices get even a little higher. We love a bargain, and we know you do too. So it's fun to share the ones we found. If you have any great bargains out there and you want to give us a call or send us an email, please do that. And we want to remind you that we are here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey there. If you're loving our podcast like we're loving our podcast, we would love you to rate and review us. Head to iTunes to do that. It's easy and it would mean so much to us.